Section 2.5. Percent problems, a problem involving percentage. So before we start here, let's start review that symbol. What is the symbol? That is not new to us. In pre-algebra, we have learned what symbol the symbol represents. It represents what? It represents over 100. So whatever the number in front of it, it means that number. If I have 5 here, 5% means 5 over 100. Or we can also convert this percent number to a decimal number. So how do we convert this? So 5%, whenever we convert the percent number to a decimal, we are going to do two things. First one, remove the percent symbol. We got 5 here. And then move the decimal point to the left by 2 places. So 5 means we have a decimal point right here. Then I'm going to move it to the left once. And then I have to move it again because I have to move 2 times. There is no number right here. I add a 0. So whenever there is no number, add a 0 on. So I keep moving another time. So end up with 0.05. For any decimal number, if there is no number before the decimal point, we can automatically add a 0 here. So 0.05 means 0.05. So this is how we convert a percent number to a decimal. One more practice here. One more practice. If I give you this one, 21.5%. How do we convert this to a decimal number? What do we do? Drop the symbol. We got 21.5. So the symbol is gone. And then move the decimal point across this one out twice to the left. Once, twice, it turns into 0.215, which can also be written as 0.215. There's a practice to convert a percent number to decimal. Backward here. If we are given a decimal number, for example, I have 0.065. What do I have? I have a decimal number. Can I convert this to a percent number? Yes, do the opposite, like what we did before. First, we are going to move the decimal point to the right by 2 places. So to the right, make the number bigger. 1, 2, I get the number 6.5. So move the decimal point to the right by 2 places. I have this number, and then what? Add the symbol on. Backward, drop the symbol on, move the decimal point to the left. Backward here, move the point to the right by 2 places, and then add symbol on. We can convert a decimal number to a percent number. So practice a few problems. You give yourself some number to play with it. Practice the conversion between decimal number and the percent number. Now go back to what we are doing in section 2.5. So in those problems, we'll see a sentence or a paragraph telling us some information, and we need to translate the English phrase into algebraic expression. When we do the translation, we just need to pay attention to some keywords here. When we see the OF, it means times, multiply, and it turns into the operator dot. Dot means multiply. When we see the word is, we convert this to, or we translate it into equal sign. When we see what or what number, okay, we give it a variable. You can use any letter you like, give it a variable to represent that number. So for example, we have a phrase right here. So 28 is 40% of what? So step 1, give this what represents the number. What number? Let this number be X. Okay, so step 1, assign a letter, a variable to the what or what number. And then we start to translate. So do the direct translation. So 28 is 28. Is means what? Equals. 40% is number, write it down, copy this down, 40%. Of means what? Times. What is what? X. So this problem turns into 28 equals 40% times X. That is the equation we have now. And then, let's see, we never want to work with percent number, convert percent number to a decimal. So this number turns into what? Turns into 28 equals 40% is 0.40. So 0.4 times X. Okay, done with the equation. How do we solve the equation? We use what we learned before. No matter what number times X equals 28. So starting from here, how do we solve for X? We divide by the coefficient of X. Or if you prefer, okay, you can also, for this equation, I'm not used to the unknown is on the right. So can I switch the two sides? Yes, for balanced, like seesaw, you can switch two sides here. And you can rewrite this as 0.40. You don't have to keep zeroing. 0.4x equals 28. If you feel comfortable to see x on the left, when we have some number times x equals another number, how can we get x? Just divide the both sides by the coefficient. So 28 divided by 0.4. And we are able to use calculator. So if you cannot, you don't remember how to divide by a decimal, which we have done this in pre-algebra. So if you forget, no worry, use your calculator, type 28. So like what I have here, I have this, my calculator, and I use 28 divided by 0.4 equals what? Equals 70. So x equals 70. Final answer. It's just don't be afraid of the decimal number. Use your calculator to help you. So this is the first way. All right. So I'm not going to introduce this way for now. Just use the way, do the direct translation. So wherever the unknown is, just do the direct translation. So another example here. Let's look at number 2. So what is? So what? I give a letter to what? What is x? So x is what? Equals 15%. Of means times 20. 200 is 200. So this is the corresponding translation. How do we solve this one? Okay, x is on one side by itself already. So x equals, I convert 15% to decimal 0.15 and then times 200. Use your calculator. You can get x equals 30. Done. So give a letter, a variable to what? Or what number? Then is means equals. Of means time. Whatever you have here, turn this into one equation. Okay, so this is another example. I want to give you one more. Okay, another one. Okay, number 6 here. 45. 45 is 9% of what? So 45 translate into the number 45. Is means equals. 9%, still 9%. Of means times what is x. So I get 45 equals 0.09 times x. How can I get? Divide by 0.09, 0.09. I get it. 45 divided by 0.09 equals 500 and equals x. final answer. So use your calculator. You can do 4,500 divided by 0.09 equals 500. So this is some easy problem. The special problem is sometimes we have to look for the percent number. So in this expression here, this is the number equal percent number. So if we are given a problem like this, so what percent of 72 is 9? So be careful. When we are looking this one, we never write this down. What percent as X percent? We don't do this. So we give the entire, what this got to be a percent number. What is number? I don't know. I let this percent number be X. So this is X now. Of means times. 72 is equals 9 is 9. So this percent number is X. I do not write this as X percent. Don't do this. Don't do this. So let the entire percent number be X. Can we solve for the X? X times 72 equals 9. Use your calculator. You can divide by 72. X equals 9 divided by 72 equals 0.125. Okay, your calculator will tell you this number equals 0.125. And then we just add one more step because this number we are looking for supposed to be a percent number. We only get a decimal. So add one more step, turn the decimal number into a percent number. 0.125 means 12.5. Move the decimal point to the right by 2 places and then add the symbol on. This number we are looking for is 12.5% is 72 of 72 is 9. So X equals this number, final answer. Okay, and I want to give you just one more example. And we'll look at the 8 is what percent of 25? And again, what percent, this number, we let it be X. Then do the translation. EIGHT. This word means 8, number 8. S means equals. We see the number X, that's X. Of means what? Times 25, 25. So this sentence is translated into 8 equals X times 25. How can we get X? So X times 25 equals 8. To get X alone, so, or I prefer rewrite the equation in the normal form we like. So we switch the two sides, and X times 25 means 25 times X. There is a, commutative law for multiplication. We can switch the order of the two factors. X times 25 equals to 25 times X. And then we move 8 to the right. So switch the two sides of the equation, regular equation that we like. We're so familiar with this equation here. How can we get X? Use your calculator. X equals 8 divided by 25. Use your calculator. 8 divided by 25 equals what? Equals 0.32. Okay, let me double check this. Equals 0. Here, 8 divided by 25 equals, 0.32. Okay, your calculator will give you this answer here, but then you have to move one more step. 0.32, turn this into a percent number, move the decimal point to the right by 2 places, we get number 32, then add symbol on, 32%. So this is the direct, the percent problem. But in our homework or in our daily life, we will be given to not just always this simple. So some number is a percent of another number. Not always. We are working on the problem as simple as those. We will see some, like if we go dinner, we have to pay the waiter or waitress tips. If we go shopping, we have to pay taxes. Okay, we have the the state tax. And if we talk about if you buy or sell a house, you have to pay the agent the commission fee. And if you are negotiating your salary with your boss, and your boss will tell, oh, based on your good performance last year, I'm going to give you 5% raise of your salary or 10% raise of your salary. So all those problems, or another one, interest, if we get a mortgage or if we get a loan to buy a car, we have to pay interest. Interest is also a percent number. So all those problems in our daily life, those the where we use the person number. And to solve those practical problem, we have to be able to convert this complex practical problem into a simple problem like what we did here. So can we convert this problem into one number is some percent of the other number, then solve for this unknown here. Okay, see, what let's look at number 9. So Bonnie earns 6% commission in her real estate business. So she is an agent here. She earns 6% commission here. What would her commission be on a $125,000 house? So if she sells, okay, a house at this value here, how much will she get the commission? So now we know what, how much will she get? That will be, so what? So how much is what? What is the commission? So the commission is 6% of the house value, the house value. So, or we'll see commission is, so what do we get from this problem here? So we know the first idea, commission is 6% of the house value. Now go to Bonnie's case. We want to know how much commission, how much is what? So for Bonnie's case, we want to know what is, she still has the 6% of what? What is the house value? 125,000. So what is 6% of this number? 125,000. Are we able to solve this number? Now we use what we did before. Let this number be x. X means equals. 6% still 6%. Of means times. And times of 125,000. And use your calculator. Equals 0.06 times 125,000. And then you can get the number. So use your calculator right here. You got 0.06 times 125,000 equals 7,500. So she will earn $7,500 as a commission fee if she sells a house in this value. All right, so this is a pretty simple, the real life problem. One more here. So this is even more common. So a dinner bill. So we go out to dinner, okay, and the meal costs, okay, include taxes, so the total bill for dinner comes to $28. And if we are going to leave 15% tip, what does the total payment? So pay attention to the question here. What the total payment? So if you want to leave the restaurant, you not only need to pay the bill directly, you have to leave a tip. So tip plus the meal, the dinner bill, that's the total. So we know the bill, the meal itself is $28 already. Now we want to know what? How much is the tip? So we know what? Tip is 15%. So 15% tip means tip is 50% of the bill. That is the information we get here. Tip money is 15. The more you spend on the meal, the more tip you should leave. So tip is 15% of the bill. Now for that specific dinner bill right here, we want to know how much tip. So what is 15%? What the bill? $28. So what is 15% of 28? And this what means that's the tip money. So that how much tip is left. So tip is, so X equals 15% times 28. Use your calculator. That will be, so 0.15, 0.15 times 28 equals 4.2. So $4.20 should be the tip dollar here. Then the total payment. So now we have to answer the question. Total payment equals the dinner bill, 28, then plus the tip, 4.2. So the meal plus the tip, that's the total payment. And add those two numbers, $32.2. So which means totally out of your pocket, you spend $32.2 on the dinner. You not only just pay the food, you pay the service as well. That's what we have. Okay, so pay attention to those problems. And on the homework, you might see some other practical problem. Just be patient. Get what the problem is talking about. And then do the translation. What is unknown? What is one looking for? Then convert this to one equation. Solve the equation. And always check what the final answer should be. So what exactly the question is asking for? Are we asked to get the tip money only, or are we asked to get the total payment? So pay attention to the question and you should be okay. All right, this is section 2.5. This is a little bit of challenge, and I will say section 2.5 is a challenging section in chapter 2. So be careful with what the conversion between the percent number and decimal number, two-way conversion, and be able to remember the keywords. Of means times, is equals, what means, okay, the unknown, do the translation, solve, get the equation, then solve the equation, double check the answer, then you're all set. Okay, so that's all for section 2.5.